Welcome back to Weather on the Go, all your weather coverage. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday out there so far. The main messaging in today's video will be for a significant winter storm to traverse the country as we go through late this week and into this weekend, bringing multi-hazards including heavy snow, heavy rain, and a significant severe weather outbreak. Will unfold everything that you need to know, and also an Arctic outbreak likely as we get into the middle of January. Thank you guys so much for joining this morning. If you are new to the channel and not subscribed and like detailed weather breakdowns across North America, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. We're getting so close to 70,000 subscribers. The goal is 75,000 by the end of this month, and you can help me get there simply by subscribing and also pressing the like button down below. It helps out more than you know. Looking over the past 24 hours with our snowfall accumulation across the United States, we did have a clipper system bringing some lighter snow accumulations across the Great Lakes region. As of the past 24 hours, we also saw some very heavy snows out here across the Pacific Northwest. That's with our main piece of energy that's now down into the southern plains today that will be driving our significant winter storm. Look at all the energy it has with it. We have a lot of snow that dropped over the past 24 hours here across the higher elevations of Washington State into Oregon and even Northern California, seeing over a foot of snow in many of these areas, even over here into Idaho, western Montana, and Utah, seeing some very heavy snows in those higher elevations. Looking at the current weather conditions across the country this morning, you can see that clipper system continuously moving through the Great Lakes region across Michigan there and into portions of southeastern Canada. Additional light snow accumulations up to around an inch or two will be possible through the morning hours. With that, there's our main piece of energy here off of the Front Range across eastern Colorado as we go into the morning hours. And here's our low pressure system diving down from eastern Colorado into northwest Texas this afternoon. A 995 respectable low pressure system across that region, and then really starting to crank out and deepen across portions of the northwest Ohio Valley into the western Great Lakes on Friday, as a 976 millibar low pressure system will be in full force. We have to keep an eye on the severe weather threat. It has increased with the potential for severe weather today and on Friday. So let's get you the messaging on that. The Storm Prediction Center has upgraded to a level 3 out of 5, an enhanced risk for severe weather across southwestern Arkansas, extreme southeastern Oklahoma, northeast Texas, and northwestern Louisiana, with a slight and marginal risk surrounding that across the deep south. This does include the Dallas-Fort Worth area, Little Rock, Shreveport, Houston, getting over toward New Orleans, up here toward Memphis, and even the Jackson, Mississippi region with that severe weather potential later today. And it is concerning for the tornado potential. It has increased as well. In this yellow shaded color with those dashed lines, that is a significant tornado potential where we could have EF2 or stronger tornadoes as we go through later on today, especially there for Texarkana, Shreveport, and getting up into the southwestern side of Little Rock. And the severe hail threat is there as well across western Arkansas, southeastern portions of Oklahoma, and northeast Texas. Those hailstones could be over 2 inches in diameter. So let's break it down for you with the timing of these thunderstorms. This afternoon, very dry across portions of the lower Mississippi Valley. All the moisture will be out here into the Four Corners region, and a lot of cold air aloft will be producing some snow out here across New Mexico and southern Colorado. As we go into the evening, we got snow breaking out across the Central Plains, maybe even Amarillo seeing some snow showers, and that just shows you how strong this low pressure system is. On one part of Texas, we got snow. On the other part, we're looking for severe weather. Even as we go into the evening, we still have not really any thunderstorm activity going on, and I'm very concerned that the overnight hours after midnight into your early Friday morning, we're talking the wee hours of the morning, 1, 2, 3 in the morning time frame, we got thunderstorms erupting in full force across Arkansas, southeastern Oklahoma, and East Texas, along and east of the I-35 corridor. And these thunderstorms could pose the risk for damaging winds, significant hail, and strong tornadoes well after dark into your early morning hours on Friday. Then as we move into Friday, tomorrow, we have a large slight risk here in the yellow for severe weather and a pretty respectable 3 out of 5, an enhanced risk across portions of South Carolina, Georgia, and southeastern Alabama, covering Montgomery, Atlanta, up here into portions of Columbia, and very close to Charlotte there into North Carolina. And the hazards here are the same. We have significant tornadoes, those EF2 or stronger variety tornadoes in that yellow dash line area. So if you live in any one of those areas, make sure you have multiple ways to receive warnings. And we also have severe winds. Again, hurricane force wind gusts in these dash line areas from the Charlotte and Raleigh region down through Columbia, Atlanta, and even closer to Montgomery will be possible on Friday. So let's walk you through the timing on Friday. Friday morning, ongoing severe storms right off the bat, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, moving across portions of Mississippi into portions of Alabama and perhaps northwestern Florida. The main line will be back there toward Jackson, but it will be racing eastward. We have a lot of wind energy in the atmosphere, and these storms will be moving very quickly. Already exiting Alabama, northwest Georgia, and eastern Tennessee by the afternoon. This will be moving into the Carolinas, eastern Georgia, and northern Florida by the mid-afternoon hours on Friday. And then finally by Friday night, we should start to see most of the severe weather close out as this system and cold front moves further off the East Coast. This system will be responsible for beneficial rains outside of any severe weather. We're seeing decent rains across the Ohio Valley, the mid-Atlantic states, and really all across the Southeast. We're seeing some beneficial rains. With our significant drought continuing across the Deep South, we could use some of this rain, so it's not all bad news as we go through Saturday. Many of these areas seeing at least 1 to 2 inches worth of rain. And then the winter side of the system. Here's your current weather alerts across the United States. We have winter weather advisories in the purple back here, southern South Dakota getting through Nebraska and northern Kansas. In the pink, we already have winter storm warnings in and around the Omaha region. And then in the blue, we have winter storm watches, which will likely be converted over to either winter weather advisories or winter storm warnings, possibly even blizzard warnings as we go in towards your Friday time frame, as a significant and powerful winter storm will be moving in. So going through tonight, there's the snow starting to develop across here into Iowa, into eastern Nebraska there, so Des Moines, Omaha, and then over into western Illinois. Heavy snow will be falling after midnight. And then going into Friday, Friday's a very big question mark here. Some models have the rain snow line going further north into portions of northern Illinois. Other models have the rain snow line setting up shop into central Illinois and central Indiana. So right now, this model is showing that, but just know that there is still uncertainty with how much warm air this system will be able to pull in as we go into Friday. But regardless, heavy snow and blizzard-like conditions will be likely on the system's backside here. And look at that, the HRRR model really bombs this system down to a 965 millibar low pressure as we go into Friday night. Very heavy snow on the backside. These tight isobars mean we have very strong northwesterly winds, and that will create blizzard-like, even whiteout conditions for Friday night. So dangerous travel will be expected. Here's your snowfall accumulation in inches now through Saturday on the 13th. A very nice swath here of several inches of accumulating snow from, say, the Omaha region through Des Moines, getting up into portions of Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin, Madison, Green Bay, down to Milwaukee and Chicago, Rockford, Illinois, and then getting over to Grand Rapids, Lansing, and Traverse City as we go through that Saturday time frame. Zooming it in here to show you some of the specific numbers, and just note the southern edge of this is going to have a sharp gradient where we have the rain, a rain-snow mix, and then changing over to very heavy snow. It's going to be a tough call here in northern Illinois, northern Indiana, and southern Michigan here, as well as northern Missouri, where that rain-snow line sets up here. If this shifts a little bit further south, say by 50 miles, we could be talking about several more inches of snow in Peoria versus just rain. So this is going to be a big deal with the system moving into the Midwest. And then here's the winds that we were just mentioning. On Friday during the day, the strongest of the winds will be down here into the Mid-South, but as that low deepens and pushes up into the western Great Lakes, it's going to pull in those very strong west-northwesterly and northwesterly winds, and they could be blowing with gusto, potentially up to 50 miles per hour, combined with heavy snow rates. Yeah, we have blizzard conditions across the Midwest with that. So moderate to major travel impacts are expected from Michigan back through Wisconsin, parts of Indiana, Illinois, getting through much of Iowa there, getting into Missouri, and then back here even into northern Kansas and eastern Nebraska through your Saturday time frame. So if you have travel out there into the Midwest and Great Lakes, make sure to hold off here as we go into the weekend because some dangerous weather is on the way. And then it's all about the cold. Beyond this system, we have some very cold air. We've been talking about this for quite some time. Look at the origin of the cold air as it spills down into the lower 48, all the way up here into the Arctic, and it's going to have a true Arctic air mass with it late this weekend, and it will stick around as we go into much of next week, including the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday time frame. So let's look at that. Here on Sunday, late this weekend, these are your high temperatures. Yes, below zero highs across the north central U.S. and southern Canada. The freezing line setting up shop down into south central Texas there. So 24 for the high in Dallas, -3 there in Kansas City, and yes, -11 for a high on Sunday in Omaha. And when you add in the winds, there's your wind chills out there, knocking down those wind chill values into the -20s, -30 degree range here. Most of the upper Midwest, the Ohio Valley, and into the northern plains will be feeling that. -40 below zero wind chills up into southern Canada for the day on Sunday. Then as we go into Monday here, you can see again below zero high temperatures to the north, freezing line setting up again across the deep south there as we go into Monday. And as we wake up and we're going to school, if you have any school potentially on Tuesday across the north, you definitely will be one of the only ones, because I think there's going to be a lot of cancellations, a lot of school delays out there because of these really cold temperatures. Look at that, 13 below in Chicago, 16 below into portions of northern Illinois, and 11 below there into Des Moines on Tuesday morning. Add in the wind, and it doesn't take much. 10 mile per hour breeze, 15 mile per hour breeze out there, and it knocks those wind chill values down as we go into Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon to that -30, -40 range. And you can clearly see that very cold throughout the day there on Tuesday. And that cold air sticks around. It has staying power all the way through the 20th of January. So right through the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday time frame, much of next week, and then even into next weekend, seeing those well below normal temperatures continuing. But notice to the west, across California, we are going to start to see a little bit of a January thaw, if you will, and that means our temperatures will be trending slightly above normal as we go in toward that third week in January. And some of that warmer air will try to move eastward into the Rockies and the Plain States as we go in toward late January. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel down below in case I do a video later on this afternoon or go live to talk about this severe weather potential, the winter storm, and everything in between. Subscribe to the channel down below for those detailed breakdowns. Make sure to like the video down below. It helps to get all of this information passed along to more and more people. Share this video with friends, family, and on social media most importantly, and I hope everybody has a great rest of their Thursday out there.